Hello, friends and YouTubers. I am standing outside of Vinterest Southside in beautiful downtown Chattanooga. And guess what? This is their fourth year in a row hosting the White Elephant Backyard Lot Sale for the world's longest yard sale. And if you didn't know, it starts from August 6th through 9th, 4 days. So here is where we will be starting. And you'll come in these doors.
Hey, welcome back.
Yay! So inside we have the white elephant, who is the star of this year's 127 yard sale here in Chattanooga.
So, when we joined the yard sale several years ago, this is our fourth consecutive year hosting. We had previously been doing white elephant pop-up markets in our back lot here at Vinterest Southside because we have, the downtown location, huge parking lot. And honestly, when we joined the 127 yard sale, we want it to be memorable. I mean, people are traveling 690 miles plus because they're going also, off roads for yard sales on this track during August every year. And it being so monumental, we want it to be something so memorable and fun and kitschy. So why not have a 10-foot inflatable white elephant? And also, it's a perfect photo op. So this year, when you find the white elephant, who, by the way, will be outside with a leopard truck known as Louise, you can actually take a picture with the white elephant, the leopard truck, which is iconic to Vinterest Southside, under our sign, and commemorate your trip here in Chattanooga, Tennessee for the 127 World's Longest Yard Sale.
Perfect. And just remember at Vinterest to always look up. And again, there's lots of room for furniture. These pieces are so amazing. I love how that all connects. Honestly, I've never seen something like that before. And if I had the right house for it, I would definitely be having it. There's lots of colored glass. There's local vendors who make artisanal crafts. Oh my goodness. Oh, you Christmas lovers. There's blow molds. I mean, truthfully, you can get lost in this place. This one's different. I see glow glass.
Oh, hey, welcome. So we are standing in front of Retro Vinyl, who is one of our Vinterest Southside vendors here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Scott and Kim are actually joining us for the 4th year outside as well. So as you can see, I was just flipping through some of the new arrivals on their massive vinyl collection. So what's super awesome about retro vinyl joining us outside for all 4 days is twofold. They actually play music the entire time for us to vibe to, and trust me, as vendors, we get up and dance because the heat gets to us, and it's just, we're looking for fun anywhere we can find it, and Scott plays some good tunes. But for you vintage vinyl lovers, this is the big one. He will have an entire trailer pulled in and backed in under the awning outside, and he sells dollar vinyl during the World's Longest Yard Sale. Yeah, it is awesome. So we're really excited to have Scott and Kim returning again this year. Like I said, providing music for us to dance to and vibe to, and the customers love it too. And he'll have additional things other than the dollar vinyl, but definitely a highlight every year. And of course, we'll have Sabrina under the awning right next to them, which is always fabulous too, because this is her 4th year with us. So what's really exciting, mentioning returning vendors, myself, I'm also a returning vendor. So I am the district manager for our Vinterest stores here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I oversee this location here downtown, but we also have our mama store that is the oldest of the 3 stores that the owners have in Hickson, Tennessee, which is just 18 minutes from here. With that said, I actually started as a vendor with Vinterest. So my brand is So Pretty Vintage, which is the co-host of the 127 White Elephant at Vinterest Southside each year. So I am excited to be able to say that because we've had such great success and honestly a lot of fun. There's a lot of camaraderie that happens out there in that parking lot over those 4 days with our vendors. It is so much fun setting up and going through the heat and the possible rainstorms and all the things that come through. But honestly, in the meeting the customers is fabulous too. All that to say, we have a lot of returning vendors, people who have just enjoyed the experience so much here that they keep coming back year after year. So, and myself included, I'm out there selling all 4 days. We are this year, we're already at our 20 mark, and I have even more interviews for more vendors that are waiting to be onboarded and go through the meet and greet to like show them lay of the land for the setup. So this is a whole process. Like your mama here, Mama Melissa, is making sure that we are getting good vendors for you. And my vendors that are out back with us, they understand these are yard sale prices. People are looking for deals. I am a true like picker since I literally was a baby. And so I know this sounds silly, but I've literally been picking my entire life with my grandma, and then it's in my blood. I'm a vintage girl, but I'm also a garage sale girl. So I get what it is to want to, come to a yard sale and be able to actually afford something. So we're not just going to have high priced vintage or antiques outside. Those will be mixed in, of course. There's always going to be those unicorns. But with that said, we are going to have yard sale prices that everybody can enjoy, which is really exciting. In addition to my returning vendors, if y'all can believe this, I have people coming from as far as Chicago to set up with us. I have people coming from Texas to set up with us. And then, of course, I've got our local community and some of our vendors from both of our locations that actually are vintage resellers who are going to be selling outside too. And the good deal with that is they actually know how to curate really awesome collections, but they also know this is hand in hand with yard sale prices. So you're getting like the best of both worlds this year with who we've got lined up. And then let's talk about the food, because we got to eat. Okay. So this year we have 4 food vendors that are going to be with us all 4 days. We've got Papa Bear's Fine Foods. Cody and his team will have breakfast options for us, including, y'all, biscuits and gravy.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, vegetarian options as well.
Yes.
He's also known for his pot roast hero sandwich. That already makes me hungry for lunchtime. He will also have vegetarian options, salads and little pizzas and all the things. So plenty of options with Papa Bear's. And then we're also going to have, next to Papa Bear's, Cake and Crumb, which Benjamin is bringing us some of the most delectable cookies, and they're like monster cookies that you can actually share. And he also offers like packs where you can get multiple. So if you're traveling with a bunch of people and y'all all want to get a different flavor, you can share.
That's awesome.
So we're really excited to have Benjamin joining us this year. That's Cake and Crumb. And then we're also going to have Becaffeinated Coffee,
which is my favorite because they are local to us here in Chattanooga.
Yep.
And they are just one of my go-to favorite stops.
Same. I'm not going to lie. Not just because they're a vendor with us this year. That's literally like I hate to say it, but it's one of my favorite coffee places in Chattanooga. Shh, don't tell anybody else. So we're really excited to have Chris joining us with Be Caffeinated. And then yesterday I onboarded, I'm so excited about this. We've got a mother and daughter, Sue's Sips and Sweets, that are going to be making homemade lemonade for us, like fresh squeeze, y'all. Like they actually do the lemon in front of us. So I'm really excited about that. They've got 4 specialty flavors. They're also going to have other options, including, get this, Sabrina, flavored pickles, flavored pineapple. And then they also have cotton candy and snow cones. So once that heat in the afternoon is making us all like go delulu, yes, and everybody's needing a break from the heat, those snow cones are going to hit really hard, as well as possibly iced coffee yet again from Becaffeinated. So like I said, great lineup on our food vendors this year. We're really excited for everybody, not just our vendors to enjoy them, but we urge anybody who's traveling, bring your appetite, because these food vendors are going to be ready for you.
For sure.
Hey y'all. So welcome to my beautiful space here at Vinterest Southside. Actually, I have 3 locations inside this store, but this is my biggest booth that I share with my sister. So I'm so pretty vintage. Moose is my mascot. Velvet curtains, yes, they change for every season by color. And then Big Hair Vintage Flair is my sister. So this will be our backdrop for how do I prepare as a vendor, as well as how do I help prepare the store for hosting the 127 every year. We, in general speaking, as far as a store goes, this planning literally starts months in advance, because we have to extra staff, we have to extra supply run, got to make sure we have lots of toilet paper, paper towels, hand soap, all the things for the bathrooms, because we do have 2 public restrooms available inside. Our store, though, is, we get really excited, and even we pull staff from our other store. We even bring in and schedule previous employees that have worked for Vinterest to work the register inside, just because obviously the draw is the yard sale outside, but once everybody is done outside, they usually come inside. They want to use the potty before you get on the road, but they're also enjoying the store and the AC, which is a break from the heat. So the preparation, it takes quite a while. We want to make sure that the landscaping outside is looking good for y'all, make sure our 2 outdoor garden centers are looking good, make sure the white elephant is still inflating and able to be put up every year. Of course, extra signage to help you navigate where to go, so that you understand when you get here that the inside of the store wasn't just set up for 4 days. Inside is not the yard sale, which we want to make sure you understand to navigate with like all of the signage and arrows to get to the back lot, because that's where the yard sale is. So of course we want you to enjoy both. So as a prep for the store, and then for myself, as I mentioned earlier when we were in front of Retro Vinyl, one of our repeat vendors every year, is I really do take in these applications and make sure I have phone interviews with every person that becomes a vendor with us, to make sure that they understand, the importance of setup and how important the tents are and the weights for your tents are, because it's summertime and sometimes we get wind, that inclement weather that can just change everything in literally a flash. So we go through all the logistics, and then if their items are all used goods and approved, then I actually bring them in for a meet and greet, because I want them to meet me, their host, and I want there to be that personal connection. I want to see their faces. I want them to see my face. And so we're establishing right from the get-go that camaraderie, and that we're going into this together in August. So it's really great. So we'll do the meet and greet. I show everybody the lay of the land. I show them how we're going to be set up, where they need to park, all those things. And then of course my food vendors, we're going extensively through their list of menu items to make sure we do have vegetarian options. So all the things. It's really exciting. It takes a lot of time. The owner and I, we partner literally for weeks on planning this up until the event. And like I said, we're really excited. And we, like I said, we literally have employees who used to work with us who have, moved on to like careers and stuff that will come back and work the 4 days with us just because it's so exciting and we love meeting everybody that's traveling. So it's pretty cool. Myself as a vendor, um, your girl, she's short on time this time of year because I'm also planning our normal events inside the stores at both locations. So for me as a vendor, it's really important to me that I'm going through my inventory as a vintage reseller and making sure that I'm going to bring you cool stuff that's quality, but things that I can mark low enough so that the thrill of the hunt is true, that you can feel so excited that you are leaving with a goodie and a treasure. Every time I see footage of people who do videos after they visited us and they're walking out and they're showing like their haul from here, it's really cool when I see that some of the items were from my outside space. So that really is part of the prep. It is all very the conversation I had with our gal from Chicago yesterday was very specific. Okay, so what should I bring, making sure that we're hitting all those price points? Should I bring Pyrex? Should I not bring Pyrex? You'll have to come and find out if she brings the Pyrex. So it is really, really fun in planning this. It takes a long time, but it is so worth it because we cannot wait to see each and every one of you.
So most definitely a very well-to-do situation where you just have to find out for yourself and come visit us.
Absolutely.
So if you're coming to Chattanooga for the sale, you definitely need to pack like a professional. So some of the things for our 127 yard sale survival checklist is definitely cash.
Oh, yeah.
So Vinterest takes cards inside, but outdoor vendors prefer cash. Some people have Venmo as well.
Yes.
So cash is king when it comes to bargaining. Something else that's very unique to bring is a tape measure that most people forget.
Yes, that is really important. Some of us vendors outside, we do try to remember to have like the tape measures. We always have like the packing materials for breakables if we're selling breakables, things like that. But yeah, having a handy tape measure in your pocket, super, super great idea.
Yes, because even though you think little things like tchotchkes or
Yes.
little items, there are furniture, and
yes,
Melissa definitely brings the furniture to the table for sure. And something else is a tote bag and some cards.
Oh yeah,
because if you have
yes.
that heavy Pyrex, you don't want to be dragging it around the parking lot. So making sure that we bring lots of cards, tote bags, so that you can have your goodies
yes
secured.
And I will say, if I can interject too, one of the good things about us being a store inside and then hosting an actual yard sale out back, if you do get a piece of furniture, we have furniture dollies. We can help get it to your vehicle. We're not going to have you just like literally limping a dresser, to your car, so, or your van or your U-Haul, because we know y'all come with those U-Hauls. So yes, we, like I said, we are prepared. And also the store inside, we do accept all cards, tap, pays, cash. Outside, like Sabrina was saying, I think it's really important to remember, if you're traveling and like yard sale usually is all about the cash, I mean, from the quarters to your single dollar bills, please try not to flood us with hundreds, because that's really, really hard unless you are buying a big ticket furniture item that like somebody has an antique piece out there or something, because we're not going to be able to break that, especially on day one. But I will say, as you're going through, and let's say we're not your first stop and you're running out of cash, don't hesitate on that, because there are banks nearby, but also a lot of people do take Venmo or PayPal. So like, don't let that stop you from like coming and visiting us if you've just run out of pocket change, because there's good chance that our vendors are set up to be able to help.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been using Venmo myself personally, so it definitely makes the process easier.
Yeah.
And you can always just don't be afraid to talk to us as vendors. Just make sure you just ask us. Don't be afraid of us. That's
Absolutely.
one big thing.
We are so like, I can't overemphasize enough how awesome it is meeting y'all.
Yes.
That is the biggest draw to this. It's not about the stuff necessarily for us, as it is, we meet people from beyond the 6 states that participate in the world's longest yard sale. People come from like out west to this. And so, I mean, we had people, I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, from Hawaii.
I've met people from everywhere.
Yeah,
I met somebody from France who said hey, I'm doing this sale and I'm literally shipping all the stuff that I find back to me. And I
That's
mean,
amazing.
that's incredible
Yeah, that's
because I would
incredible.
never think of going to France and doing the opposite, but I mean, that just makes it a possibility
Yes.
for people.
Well, okay, so that makes me like total tangent, but it's like it makes sense. People literally plan for this. This has been going
Yes.
on, y'all. I don't know if you realize it, since 1987.
Mhm.
Now, not trying to throw shade. Who came up with August in 1987? I would love to know. Spring or fall may have been a little bit better on temps. However, we're still so thankful, but it's in its 39th year. And the 127yardsale.com website, y'all, has like all the hot major vendor stops listed to help you navigate, as well as like the maps for everything, the weird turns that you need to make in certain states, because like 27, the 127 isn't necessarily 127. It gets confusing. But all that to say, our views alone on our listing on their website, we've received over 44,000 views. That's how many people have only looked at our specific site, and that's in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So imagine if you were to go through their website and look at every single place that is hosting and see how many views each location has had. People plan for this. They take vacation time for this. They get the U-Haul, the transportation vans, the trailers. They wear the
Their
t-shirts.
families.
Yes, their
They bring their
families, their
mom,
girl trips,
everybody.
everybody. Like, this is a thing. So it's really
People
cool.
even, I remember last year, people even had a girls' trip with a bus from Florida,
Love it.
and it was a senior retirement home,
Yes,
and they came
yes, they were
by.
so
They were
sweet.
so
Yes, we've
awesome.
had a lot of repeat like customers too, which
Yes.
I think is wonderful, because like I said earlier, it's one of those things where people are so worried that our prices out back are not going to be fair because we're a store, but it's different. What's out back is, I mean, yes, it's awesome just the same as our store is awesome, but we do recognize it's a yard sale, and so people are sharing that with each other, which
Yes.
is wonderful. So we're obviously, I've said it many times, we're very excited.
We're very excited. So we're also nestled between Lookout Mountain and Signal Mountain.
Yes.
And we have hotels in Chattanooga, incredible restaurants, and
Yep.
definitely lots of places to relax after a hard day of picking.
Yes, I think that's what's really cool is when I reached out to the officials of the 127th, the organizers, like several years ago now, and said, hey, this is who we are. Like I said, we've been doing these back lot pop-ups, we would like to do in August, but we don't want to compete with the yard sale. Hey, can we become a part of the yard sale? And the response from them was like really, really warm. And they said they've always had a disconnect in Chattanooga in between Signal and Lookout Mountains, which are major and on the major route. So we're right off the interstate. We are so easy to get to. So whether you're starting with us and hopping on, or if you're coming through, I mean, we're so accessible. And then too, if you're ending your picking day with us, there's so many hotels and food places and
Right.
breweries. Like, there's so much around here that you can actually nestle in and, enjoy the evening before you get back on the road the next day.
Right, because sometimes people go either from Alabama up
Mm-hmm.
north, and go to Signal Mountain and skip Chattanooga, but Chattanooga just in general just has so much to
So
offer.
much to
So
offer.
we definitely look forward to seeing you guys.
Yes. Oh, and we're
Let's
pet friendly.
Yes.
Like, so if you're traveling with your doggos, you can bring them in. Yeah,
Yes.
so like, yeah, you don't have to keep them just outside. We can bring them inside the store too. All right, it's me again. So reminder, before you leave inside the store, we have adorable Vinterest white elephant decals that are available for you. This again commemorates your trip that you came to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and you found the white elephant on the trail of the world's longest yard sale. But also, look at these. We have yard sale bingo cards. Don't zoom in too much. People can't steal our ideas. But this is so fun. The whole point of this, y'all, is just to take one, and it's got silly things to look for while you're actually on your journey. So you can play with your family or your friends, and there's no prize other than just bragging rights. But like, I mean, I'll give you a couple. Mickey Mouse ear hat, blue haired lady, a food truck. Those are easy. A rooster, like things like that. So it's yard sale bingo. And then also on the back, because we know you're going to come back to us now that you've discovered us, there is a 10% off your entire purchase coupon for Vinterest. So obviously during the sale, the yard sale, which I didn't mention, our whole store is going to be on sale. I forgot that, Sabrina. So our store inside, in addition to hosting the yard sale, we're going to be 10% off everything inside the store, as well as a bunch of my vendors inside are going to do even bigger booth sales. So like our yard sale peeps are bringing it, but my vendors inside, they're also excited you're coming and they're going to be participating with sales. So like I said, yard sale bingo, decal, make sure you take a picture with the elephant. Happy to see y'all soon. Time for lay of the land. Y'all will be entering our front gate off of Chestnut Street. And even though the entrance to the store is going to be the first thing you're going to see, we're going to have the side of our building here actually lined up with signs and hopefully balloons that won't deflate immediately because of the heat. But these signs are going to direct you and remind you that the yard sale is actually out back behind the store. So we're going to go take a peek at that now. This is where the magic is going to happen. Doesn't look like much right now, just a parking lot. But right here where we're standing, food truck, food truck, food truck, food truck. Then going down there, we're going to create a horseshoe around the entire parking lot. The shed will have me, and then we're also going to have retro vinyl under the awning, as well as Sabrina. And then all of my vendors are going to be lined up, like I said, in a horseshoe. And then I actually plug in even more vendors in the middle of the horseshoe. Mm-hmm. Y'all are welcome to navigate, like I said, through the front gate when you're coming in. But as you're exiting the store, you don't have to try and do a weird like 50-point turnaround. You can actually exit out of our back gate here onto Fort Street. And then that'll spit you out where you can actually get back onto the main roads to go to your next destination. So this is where the magic happens, and we can't wait to see you August 6th through 9th. All right, so Vinterest Southside, 2121 Chestnut Street in Chattanooga, Tennessee, is host for the 4th consecutive year of the 127 yard sale, world's longest yard sale. And we are actually going to be extending our store hours and opening the gate daily at 8 a.m. August 6th through 9th. We have a lot of people who ask us if we're going to be set up out back before the 6th. The answer to that is no. We are only going to be set up out back August 6th through 9th for the yard sale. However, if y'all are traveling and you're curious about the store now that you have visited, you are more than welcome to stop in the week of. We would love to have you here. One of our vendors actually makes custom magnets that's just to commemorate the trip for the 127. Plus, we have the yard sale bingo. We have the white elephant you take your picture with. You are more than welcome to actually come and stop in beforehand as you're traveling through to your next destination before the kickoff on August 6th. So our hours are going to be during the sale is going to be 8 to 7, 8 to 7, and then 8 to 6 and 8 to 5. So that includes, like I said, inside the store so that you have access to the public restrooms as well as the AC, a break from the heat. And then also applies to everything that's going on in the back lot. And our food vendors, Papa Bear, he will have breakfast items available, and BCAF also has the coffee. So we'll be ready for you and looking forward to it.
We look forward to seeing everybody. Yay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.